Thank you all for joining us today. I know we all lead busy lives, especially being in the travel industry, and your time is valuable. So, really, from all of us at Europe Express, thank you. Please note I am recording this webinar for educational purposes. After the presentation, we will add the recording to the Europe Express website located under Resources in the header of the website. So, if you do have a client walk in, don't worry, you can always rewatch this presentation later. Also, if you have any questions anytime throughout the presentation, please type it in the GoToWebinar module, and I will answer it at the end. If we run out of time, I will send you a follow-up email to your question within 24 hours. So first off, my name is Danielle. You may know me or have chatted travel with me before because my first 2 years at Europe Express, I was a reservations agent helping you plan your clients' best vacations. Roughly 3 years ago, I transferred over to the marketing department where I've sought to support our agents with webinars, client-friendly flyers, and keep you posted on what's new with us. Now, I had the privilege of visiting Iceland with my fellow colleague, Jenny. Jenny, I'm sorry if you're listening. Let me tell you, we had a blast. So I'm thrilled to be discussing Iceland today, and I'm happy to share this special tour that Jenny and I went on, a few insider tips, and all you need to know about visiting Iceland so that you look like the Iceland expert to your clients. But before we begin with all of that, let's go over a little bit about Europe Express. So from Iceland to Western Turkey, from Portugal to Scandinavia, these are the 22 countries that over 80% of Americans are choosing to go to for their leisure vacation to Europe. Since 1990, we've exclusively worked only with travel advisors to create completely customizable European itineraries for both FIT and group travel. These are the 5 reasons so many return to us for quality, affordable travel to Europe. First off, it's you. Like I said, Europe Express and products and services are exclusive to travel agents. Only registered travel agents may view pricing, access our booking portal, and create itineraries that your clients cannot get online. By selling only to travel agents, we are 100% dedicated to your success, since your success is our success. Our reservation experts, I guarantee you, are the best out there. They have either lived, studied, or worked, sometimes all 3, in Europe, and are a great wealth of knowledge. They can help you anywhere from narrowing down the perfect hotel for your clients in Venice to recommending sightseeing tours that are geared towards your clients' interests. They can help you, and that's what I like to call them, our Europe experts. They're trained consistently on our different products and services in Europe. We also have a groups team, and this is for groups of 10 adults or more, or 5 rooms or more. With our private group travel, any groups we process, you will have a 3-person team that coordinates the logistics of each itinerary they create and is tailored to the interests of your clients. Whether that be a family reunion in Dublin or an education group studying in Berlin, we excel at managing your group from initial quote to after they return, providing you with peace of mind. We have a DMC based in Barcelona that is another priceless resource of ours. They, for one, contract the innovating properties, exciting sightseeing, and transfer services that we are able to offer you at competitive rates. They also work hand in hand with our FIT and groups departments to confirm services, provide assistance with customer service requests, and understanding each group's itinerary. However, why our Barcelona office is so loved by everyone here at the office is they are open when we in Seattle are not. So if your clients have any issues while they're on their trip and it's 3 a.m. our time, they're not going to call and wake you up. They're going to have an emergency phone line to contact one of our representatives in their time zone in Europe. Our DMC offers in-destination support so that you can kick your feet up and relax while we take care of the rest. For our products, these are the products we offer. So for air, we offer first class, business class, economy plus, economy premium, economy basic, all at 5% commission to you. That's right, all 5% commission to you. Whether that's a first class ticket, business class ticket, or just economy basic ticket, that's 5% commission in your pocket. If it's a flight between Paris and Rome or a round trip flight from Albuquerque, New Mexico to Dubrovnik, which that would be a complicated itinerary, we can still make it happen. Our contracted rates are with multiple major airlines and are competitive and provide the services your travelers need. Our accommodations, you name it, we can probably book it. Yes, we have 3 to 5-star major chain hotels, but we also have delightful boutique properties that provide your clients with that extra cultural experience. We have castles, we have villas, we have chateaus, paradors, B&Bs. I mean, we even have igloos in Lapland, Finland, which is on my bucket list, by the way. Just remember, when you're scrolling through the hotel options available to you on our website, when you see preferred partner, know that's a hotel our DMC recently inspected and approved. Sightseeing is truly the jewel of the trip. You didn't go all the way to Florence to stare at your hotel's television that is speaking Italian to you. You went to go get the private fast pass entry to the Uffizi Gallery to explore the masterpieces. You went to Florence to spend the afternoon on food tasting tours that include cappuccinos and gelato. The next day, you have a full day tour in Tuscany, exploring the countryside and tasting all the glory Chianti wine has to offer. Sightseeing is the jewel of the trip. We have options from private, small group, shared, or simply city cards. We can help you book your clients all the fun activities they have to look forward to on their trip. Transfers. Now, why would you download Uber or hail a taxi when you can have a driver waiting for your clients at the exit with their sign and their name on it? From airports, train stations, hotel and ports, we can provide transfer services every step of the way. In most locations, private executive, private, and shared options are available. One note I do want to mention with our transfer services is that no matter which service level it is, each passenger is permitted one piece of luggage and one small purse or one small bag. If your clients have more than this, please do notify our reservations team ahead of time so we can provide the appropriate vehicle. Car rentals, we have an exclusive agreement with Enterprise to provide you with the transportation you need to get around. Whether that's a manual, automatic, larger size vehicle, we have your clients covered. Rail Europe is integrated with our booking engine, allowing you to book any rail you need throughout Europe. We provide point-to-point rail passes like Norway in a nutshell, first class, second class, and sleeper trains for those that are truly adventurous. We recently signed with Allianz Travel Insurance to provide that extra level of protection while your clients are abroad. We are a big believer in adding travel insurance to every travel itinerary, from injury abroad to unexpected new circumstances that life sends our way. We understand, and we want your clients to be the best prepared they can and not be put out of pocket. All right, Iceland. Just last June, Iceland reported Americans being the largest foreign group, coming in at 36%. That was just June 2018. In 2015 to 2016, U.S. visitors alone increased by an astonishing 71%. So from 2015 to 2016, 71% of Americans came to Iceland. Year over year, we've seen an average rise of 18% of Americans visiting Iceland. So why does this matter to you? Well, it's growing. Americans are wanting to go, and it's a great location to send your clients to be prepared and to have them know exactly where they're going and why they're going. It was also named the safest country, so technically the most peaceful country in the world, and that's by the Global Peace Index for the 11th year in a row. I think I read an article where it said there's been one police shooting ever in Iceland. So it's a really safe country. Also, just a heads up too, if you have been to Iceland or you want to share what you thought about Iceland or what sites to see in Iceland, please also add that into the GoToWebinar module. I'd like to read them out loud and see, what you all thought of Iceland or any sites that we should recommend also to our clients. Okay, so great, we get it. A lot of people are going to Iceland, but why go? So the destination is relatable to all travelers, whether that is a history buff that loves great museums, it's a hiker's dream paradise, and couples can't help but feel the romance of the Everglade landscapes with the glittering northern lights in the night sky. Foodies also love the strong concept of farm to fork with local fresh ingredients from a country slightly remote from the rest of the world. Heck, even Game of Thrones fans. Yes, we offer Game of Thrones tours to Iceland for all you fanatics out there. In all seriousness, the sights alone will make you want to come back to Iceland. From black sanded beaches, exploding geysers, jaw-dropping cliff sides, and colorful auroras that light up the sky, there's nothing quite like Iceland. And it's truly not too hard to get to with expanded routes all across the U.S. But we'll get to that in just a moment. So when to go? So depending on your client's interest, I'll go over the seasonality and what's most popular per each season. So in summer, so from June through August, it's a peak time for Iceland, but travelers will have the opportunity to see the midnight sun, which is pictured right there in the left corner. With a constant stream of Arctic light, it's also an ample time to capture great photography with continuous daylight. In the fall, Experience Iceland fall is ideal for horseback riders. Seeking an adventure like riding on a beach under a volcano, tourists also come during this time to watch as farmers round up sheep and horses from remote valleys and lands. Sometimes tourists will also get to participate under the direction of the farmer. In winter, if you can't tell already, the Northern Lights is the best time to be seen in the wintertime. So from December through February, we highly recommend seeing the Northern Lights during then. That's the best chance of seeing the Northern Lights. You can also explore ice caves, glacier hike, and snowmobile to really make the most out of the winter months. In spring, March through May, at the end of February through March is a great time to catch orcas swimming off the coast. Puffins and other wildlife will also start coming out, so a fantastic time to catch the Icelandic wildlife in action. So how to get there? Iceland Air's expanded its routes in the U.S. with hubs from Seattle to Washington, D.C. that have heavily influenced Iceland's growth. Pricing is strongly competitive, and its stopover program has allowed visitors curious about Iceland to stop in for up to 7 days without change in fare to their flight to Europe, based on availability. For example, your clients flying Iceland Air to London with a layover in Reykjavik may extend their 2-hour layover to a 6-day layover for no additional cost, depending on availability. I'm going to say that a lot. However, one note about Icelandic Air, meals are at an extra cost, so meals are not included with Iceland Air. So if your clients are not fans of Iceland Air, there is major airlines like Delta and British Airways that also fly through Reykjavik. The main airport is, I'm going to say this wrong, Keflavik International Airport, which sits about 40 minutes from the Reykjavik Center, and it's easiest to have a transfer set up for your clients to take them into the city center. We offer both private and shared options for that. Okay, so Reykjavik. So like I said, Reykjavik is about 40 minutes from the Keflavik International Airport and only a few minutes from the Reykjavik Airport. Now, the Reykjavik Airport is used in less than 5% of all Iceland's flights booked through Europe Express, so it's more of a domestic airport. It's based right in Reykjavik. As the Keflavik Airport is heavily used by all major airlines, the transfer services are set up well and orderly as soon as you arrive. If your clients purchase the shared transfer, they'll present their voucher to the bus attendant with the vendor's name on it, and they'll load up to go. Now, one thing to note, Reykjavik is a small city, and I don't think they were expecting a 400% boom in visitors these past 10 years. So there is a center of Reykjavik that is not, transfers cannot access. So please make sure to advise your clients that they may have to walk a 5-minute walk as they won't be dropped off directly at their hotels. Reykjavik also has a lot going for it. There's lively music, inviting bars, and tasty local cuisine that are sure to satisfy the taste buds. A few other interesting sites is the Opera House. It is a cultural and social center in the heart of the city and features stunning views of the surrounding mountains and the North Atlantic Ocean. Harpa is what it's called, is an enchanting destination for intrigued travelers and is a grand-scale award-winning architecture that has attracted 4 million guests since its opening in May 4th, 2011. So very popular and highly attended opera house there in Reykjavik. Designed in 1937, and I'm going to say this wrong too, but I think you can understand why, Hallgrímskirkja Church was designed in 1937 and finally finished in 1986. This is Reykjavik's main landmark, and it's a distinct tower that can be seen from almost anywhere in the city. A trip to the top offers great views all over the city and its surroundings, so definitely make that a part of your afternoon in Reykjavik. Perfect for an extra day in town. You can also go to the Reykjavik Harbor and schedule a tour with Europe Express to go whale watching. So they will sail through the Faxaflói Bay, and with the vessel, it has large windows, indoor viewing, and a variety of different platforms for outdoor whale watching. There is also a cafe for hot drinks and light refreshments, but those are not included. The whale watching tour is about 3 hours and drops you back off at the Reykjavik Harbor. So where to stay? So for the budget-focused client, the Foss Hotel Lind is a fantastic, centrally located three-star hotel that offers an in-house restaurant and bar. The main shopping square sits out front, providing plenty of cafes, boutiques, and museums to explore. Guests of the hotel will enjoy complimentary Wi-Fi and breakfast. The Hilton Reykjavik Nordica. This four-star property provides the comforts of home with its spacious rooms, stylish decor, and warm hospitality. On-site sits an open kitchen serving contemporary Icelandic and Scandinavian cuisine. Your clients can use the gym, spa, or explore downtown Reykjavik, located just out the front entrance. One note too about Reykjavik, there is no five-star hotel properties in Reykjavik. So our luxury-focused hotel would be the Hotel Holt. Now, the Hotel Holt is a trendy, art-inspired hotel, and its staff prides itself on their exceptional and personalized service to guests. The hotel offers a fine dining restaurant, gym, and swimming pool. It is centrally located, being walking distance to all the fantastic shopping nearby. All right. So these are our most popular tours that we book for your clients. The first one being the Northern Lights. One of the most phenomenal reasons to head north to Iceland is the mysterious Northern Lights. So in the tour, the fun begins at 9 p.m. So just warn your clients that they're going to have a late night. I think we took this tour too when we were in Iceland, and I think we got back at like 1 o'clock in the morning. So you do have time to take a nap on the shuttle, which is what I definitely did. But once the darkness falls, lights from Reykjavik have turned off and the night is clear, visitors will have a chance to witness the Northern Lights. Truly, there's not much like it. Watch as pink, green, blue, colorful lights glitter across the sky amongst the stars. The best time to see these lights is between October and April. Like I said, though, earlier, December through March is going to be the best time to go see those Northern Lights. With the Northern Lights, we cannot, since it's a natural phenomenon, we cannot guarantee that you're going to see the Northern Lights or your clients will see the Northern Lights. So what we do recommend is booking the Northern Lights the very first night or one of the very first nights that your clients are there. And if there's any weather conditions that prohibit the shuttle from going, based on availability, they will be able to take the next tour the next night out for no additional cost. Again, that's based on availability, but that gives them another chance to see the Northern Lights if they don't see it their first night. So definitely take advantage of that. The Blue Lagoon. So the geothermal water from 2,000 meters below the surface create a bright blue color with temperatures averaging between 98 to 104 degrees Fahrenheit. This natural body of water is definitely worth visiting, as it provides a nice relaxation and health benefits with the silica mud from the pool used as a great face mask. It exfoliates the skin, ladies. It's easier now than ever to add the Blue Lagoon, as we can include it to and from the airport or on your client's transfer since it's on the way to the airport. They'll have a couple hours to either prepare for a long flight or start their Icelandic adventure. So if they want to do the transfer from the airport, you would still go under sightseeing as an option in the booking engine and just click transfer. There should be a checkbox for it. It automatically has a checkbox on it clicked, but if you don't want the transfer, just take that off and we can add it as a sightseeing tour. The Golden Circle. The journey begins at the Thingvellir National Park and the site of the country's unusual open-air assembly, the Alþingi. As the world's longest parliament, the Assembly of Fields are where Iceland was governed for thousands of years amidst a dramatic tectonic and volcanic environment. A bit further afield, travelers will discover Gullfoss, a golden waterfall fed by glacial meltwater. Then it's onto a field of hot springs to walk amidst the stream vents and mud pots that skirt the boundaries of an erupting geyser. Finally, the Golden Circle concludes at the Skálholt Church, the ancient seat of Icelandic bishops and the center of power for centuries. And that's actually not the Skálholt Church, just so you're aware, but I thought it was really pretty. But the Skálholt Church is actually right next to it. So this is literally 50 feet from the Skálholt Church. For the adventurous. So Iceland attracts a lot of adventurers, and these are two tours that we offer. These are both full-day tours that your clients would take, and all these tours, just so you're aware too, are from Reykjavik. So we do recommend staying in Reykjavik and then kind of going out and making that your home base and going out and exploring during the day. So the Inside the Glacier tour, Iceland's glaciers covered roughly 10% of the island, and while you can visit them any time of the year, you can only witness their fascinating ice caves when the water freezes in the winter months. So definitely make Inside the Glacier more of a winter tour. Langjakel Glacier is known for man-made ice tunnels and caverns that give way to enormous natural ice cave at the heart of Glacier. Imagine driving over the chilly landscape in an 8-wheel drive glacier truck and trekking across the frozen ice that deepens in blue as it gets older. Along the way, the tour makes a stop at Europe's highest flow hot spring and a dramatic waterfall created by a river forced through a narrow rocky chute. It is nature at its most dramatic. Another day tour that your clients can take is the South Coast and waterfalls. Scattered across a stretch of the Reynisfjara shore are a collection of Iceland's black sand beaches. Along the silver of the south coast, staggering cliffs and sea stacks that rise from the ocean below, there are waves that crash upon the sandy shores and puffins that frolic in landscapes as rich in wildlife as it is in scenery. Along the tour route, visitors can enjoy panoramic views of Iceland's rich farmland, mountains, and glaciers before visiting two of the country's best-known waterfalls. And as promised, here is Jenny and I. This is the hot spring and cold glacier super jeep adventure. So you can see the super jeep, which is actually a big lifted truck, in the bottom right-hand corner. That's me and Jenny in the center, and the hot spring on top with actually Gullfoss. So that's my picture. I know I have the best camera ever. But that's my picture to the upper right-hand corner of Gullfoss Waterfalls. We were probably there at maybe 6 o'clock in the morning. We started early because this was a full day on tour. So on this tour, you do need to special request it. So make sure that your reservation agent has enough time to get the pricing and get it confirmed, loaded into the quote. But this tour starts with a drive to the second largest glacier in Iceland, Langjakel. And at the base camp, you'll put on some glacier gear before exploring the majestic snowy surroundings on a snowmobile. After a thrilling tour on the glacier, you'll board the Super Jeep once again and drive to the secret lagoon, where you can relax in the warm, gentle, restorative waters. And this one also included a small lunch too. It was a really fun tour. We skipped the Blue Lagoon and decided to go for the secret lagoon. So you'll find out the location of that if you take this tour. What to eat? Due to the geographic isolation, Icelandic cuisine emphasizes the quality and freshness of the food rather than the variety. The cuisine showcases high-quality animal-based ingredients that are farmed or bred in a clean environment. Lamb, fish, and dairy products are staples in Icelandic cuisine. Skyr, a dairy product somewhat similar in texture to like a yogurt, is popular and has been consumed in Iceland for over 1,000 years. So definitely make Skyr, a dairy product, one of your bucket list items for food in Iceland. Surprisingly, Iceland also has an extensive and growing beer scene. We do have a beer tasting tour where beer lovers will visit the Olgurden, I believe, brewery, which uses only carefully selected Icelandic ingredients in their beer. There, they will learn about Iceland's beer history and taste the beer substitute used during the Prohibition and down a shot of the local spirit, Benevin. Tips to know before you go. I actually added a couple last night that I was thinking about. I'm like, I really wish we would have reserved dinner. While there's a lot of restaurants and cafes to visit in Reykjavik, if you are trying to, plan a nice dinner out, I would make reservations ahead of time because it is a small city of Reykjavik. I also highly recommend bringing a camera, a good quality camera, so you can get the best shots. It's some of the most surreal scenes that you'll see, so you want to make sure you capture those photos to the best of your ability. Tipping is also not mandatory in Iceland, as service fees and VAT are always included in the final bill. I wish we could do that here in the US, but anyways, however, locals are generally well-traveled and are familiar with the concept of tipping for exceptional service. just simply round up the bill or feel free to tip tour guides after really enjoyable excursions. Another piece of Iceland that not many people talk about is it is a little pricey once you get there. So it's relatively inexpensive to get to Iceland, but the food, the gifts, the clothing, everything else that you can purchase in Iceland is a little bit more pricey than what we have here in the States. So just be aware of that before you send your clients there. Security, as we said, it's the most peaceful country in the world. So if that is your client's biggest concern, Iceland is where to send them. Now, to get started, make sure you're registered with us. We're not going to write a quote unless you are registered in our system and have an IATA number ready for us. You can either submit your quote using our custom quote request form, which is available on our website, or you can book 24/7 by going onto our website and using our booking engine. These are a few of the resources we have. We try to encourage you to sign up for our emails. It's at the footer of every page on the website. So just enter it there and you will get signed up for our newsletter, which offer like what upcoming webinars we have, any new products we're featuring, sightseeing opportunities that come up, or we might announce some fam trips in there. So definitely sign up for our newsletter. Onto our resources tab, we have flyers, we have city guides, we have an e-brochure. Unfortunately, right now we don't have a paper brochure, so we have an e-brochure that you can print out on your own. These flyers are great because they're actually client friendly, so you can share them with your clients and put in your own custom agency name onto the flyer yourself. There's a part of it that you can add it to. So definitely check those out when you get time. Oh, and also I did attach in the handouts the Insider's Guide to Iceland, so you'll kind of see what I'm talking about if you download that. It's kind of everything we're going over today, so definitely print it out and share it with your clients who are interested in Iceland. So your sales manager is also a fantastic resource to talk to, get to know. We are currently hiring for a North Midwest position. We have Dave in the West Coast. We have Stephanie in the Northeast. And then we have Rebecca, who just joined us, who's serving the South Midwest. So if you want to get to know your sales manager, just email sales@europeexpress.com, and we will get you in contact with your sales manager. Here are our hours of operation. We are open 7 days a week for the FIT department. And then for the groups department, they're open Monday through Friday. We're available on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, YouTube. So definitely share your photos with us, especially if you've been to Iceland. I want to see them. So share those and follow us, like us, and use hashtag #EuropeTravelExpert. Okay, so I think I have quite a few questions. And oh my goodness, I beat the time by 1 minute. It's 11:29 over here on the West Coast. So I'll read a few of these questions and see how which ones I can answer, but I will probably have to get back to you on most of these. Is Iceland difficult for vegans? That's coming from Terry. Terry, no, there will still be several options for vegans to find cuisine in Iceland. They're having travelers from all over the world really come visit them right now, so they have to cater to those requests. And that was a question from Heather too, so it's good to hear. How many hours is the Golden Circle tour? This is, I believe, a full day tour. Let me confirm on that, but I believe that's a full day tour because you're going to quite a few different sites too, though I didn't go over. Those were the 3 main sites that I highlighted. Do you offer the premium access to Blue Lagoon or just the comfort? We do have premium access to the Blue Lagoon, Leslie, and we have the comfort as well. If you don't see it available on our website, just go ahead and special request that with your reservation agent, and they will be able to get that for you. are there showers at the Blue Lagoon? I believe there are showers at the Blue Lagoon because they want you to wash off before you get into the Blue Lagoon, so and wash off afterwards because that would be an uncomfortable drive home. So yes, there are showers at the Blue Lagoon. Please explain the Iceland Air stopover program again. And that's from Martha. So what me and Jenny did when we went to Iceland is we were actually flying over to Munich. So we flew to Munich, so we stopped in Reykjavik on the way to Munich, and we took Iceland back from Munich. And on our way back, instead of having a 2-hour layover, we were able to stay for 2 nights for no additional cost. The fare remained the same. Again, this is all based on availability. If those flights are sold out 2 days later, then they're going to charge you what they want to charge you for the flights. But a lot of the times you can find great, you can just stay over in Iceland for a few more nights and get the most of it. You do need to book at the time of booking, though. Like, we can't go back and change it anywhere after 24 hours from booking. So just make sure to go over that with your clients ahead of time so they don't make that mistake. Let's see. Does air have to be booked in conjunction? Does air have to be booked in conjunction with something else? And that's coming from Teresa. Teresa, yes. We cannot offer air alone. We need to have at least 2 to 3 nights hotel based on the air contract. So do make sure that you have hotels, at least partial hotel, included with the air. Do you have travel agent rates for air to Europe and hotel? Thank you for asking, Tina. Tina, we offer a 3% discount for travel agents. Just use promo code AGENTTRAVEL. So go ahead and create your own itinerary online, put together everything you want. Just use promo code AGENTTRAVEL, and then you'll get 3% off back from that booking. Okay. Okay, I think the rest of these I might have to get to a little bit later. All right. Oh, by the way, someone did comment, yes, you must shower before and after bathing at the Blue Lagoon. Makes sense. Clara is asking, recommended age for children traveling to Iceland with families. I don't think you could have, why not get them started traveling early? There's no age limit to when they should travel to Iceland. I think it's a really fantastic location for families as well because they can go out hiking, they can go whale watching, there's plenty of activities for children as well. I think it's enjoyable for any age, really. Yes, Arletta, the travel agent discount is 3%. Debbie, the commission structure varies depending on your consortia. And then I had a comment from Liz saying, don't get your hair wet in the Blue Lagoon. It will ruin your hair. Okay, good to know. But at least it has those exfoliators for your skin, so that's nice. I am about 5 minutes over, so I will let you all get back to your clients. Thank you so much for joining me. And if I didn't get to your question, I will get back to you within the next day or so, okay? Thank you again, and have a happy selling.